Hey, you guys, Stella's Knife Obsession back. And, yeah, I'm back. But not completely. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So, what I would like to do today is some final thoughts on the two Benchmade amazing knives that were loaned to me by Andy over at Blade Ops. I have such a new passion for Benchmade now that it has been awakened by first it was Mr. Android Goat himself. He sent me a beautiful full size Griptilian and completely changed my mind at that point. Like that was the pivotal moment for me and Benchmade, and that thing blew my mind. I wanted it, but now it's just more. It's even more of a clencher to have these two guys uh, in my hands because I am just really impressed. These are two like different ends of the spectrum. This is like an automatic, but they use their Axis style lock, which is, ever so famous. I mean, they created it. So, I mean, you can't get much better than being the creator of something as amazing as the Axis style lock. I mean, this lock changed the whole world of knives, and it brought so much, like so many things you can do by using just by using an Axis style lock. It's amazing, and like the quality in which they use their Axis style locks and how simple it is that they created this thing that just it was something new for the ages, and it's still impressive as long as it's been out since who knows when. I know it's been probably over 10 years now at least. uh, just because I haven't been the biggest Benchmade fan in the past, I could say now. uh, I didn't really know a lot about them, but um, having these two in my care for these what couple weeks now has been really amazing. This thing is so freaking cool, you guys. It's like your stiletto type, really tough, slender knife. It's a gent style knife. It's got the bolsters that are titanium, and then you have the carbon fiber inlays just for that added fancy. And then even if you wanted to turn it into, a fixed blade, you have the ability to do that with this slender little knife. I mean, say you're out in the woods and you want to stick this thing down. Well, you don't have to worry about the Axis style lock. Well, this isn't an Axis style lock. This is an Axis lock. You don't have to worry about the Axis lock failing. Not that it would to begin with, but just for that added security, like many of Cold Steel's knives, they'll stick a lever in there just for that added security, and literally you could put pounds and pounds of pressure on these locks. That thing is not going to close up on you. Now, is this the type of knife that you can beat all the heck and back like a Cold Steel? No, I would not do that with this knife. But you can, if you were stranded in the wilderness and this was your only knife, I wouldn't be too upset about it. I would say, of course, you're going to want a knife that performs in the fact that you can process a fish or a small animal with it. This would be fine to do that with. I mean, yeah, you'd have to kind of, choke up quite a bit on the thing, but it's easy to do so. And then you have that little, little extra kick of security for when you are doing that. I mean, if you hit the Axis style lock, which is pretty hard to do, while you're gutting a fish or something like that. I mean, I seriously doubt you would do that would happen, but you know, who knows? Things happen. And this thing, though, I really have enjoyed it very much. A lot more than I thought I would. I'm not going to lie. It's just, when I saw it there at the store, I was like, you know, that thing right there is pretty cool. He's like, oh, wait, what's this thing called? I forgot. Uh, oh, the Artifact is what it's called. And I'll leave a link below for Blade Ops so you guys can check them out if you want to. But yeah, the Artifact, man, I just, I think it's such a cool name for this. It just suits it, you know. But the handle is large enough, as you can see, for large hands. So you're good to go on that in that aspect. And then you have this probably pretty near 4-inch blade, I would say. We can actually double check that. Let me steal away for just a moment. All right, I found this little guy here. Couldn't find my other one that I use normally, so let's just take a look here. I'm doing everything in my power not to like scratch the diamond-like coating because I can't afford this knife. That's all I'm gonna say. So I will take it from there. Here, there we go. So we're looking at, oh yeah, just, it looks like it is literally like, oh, like 4 inches from ricasso. So a little bit less. Now if you wanted to do cutting edge, it's not going to be a huge difference, but well, it's a little bit bigger of a difference than I thought. Looking at 3 and what? Like a little over 3.5 inches there. Since I can't think about fractions right now, but this thing has been so cool. I've loved having this in my hands. It's nice and slender and just grippy, but not like that rubbery grippy type of thing. It's got a really great deep carry pocket clip. I like this one a lot. It actually has some great spring load tension. It has terrific ergos. This is definitely a self-defense, more along the lines of a self-defense type of knife. This isn't a survival knife, but not to say you can't survive. Can you survive for a long time? Probably not. You would most likely need a hatchet, or a machete of some sort. But this could get you through a few days in the wild. I'm being totally serious about that. I totally think you could make it. Now, the only thing I don't like about this is, and it's because of my lack of experience with these types of knives, the feeling you get when you go to close it, it's really springy, and it in my brain, how it works is automatically it's gonna pop back out and cut me. That is my only qualm with this knife. Other than that, this thing is so cool. It's so thin, man. It's just incredible. It's incredible. I've loved it. I really do love it. Now I'll keep it out actually, so I can kind of compare it to the next one here, the mini Adamas, which I actually was able to borrow the full-size Adamas from a guy I worked with not too long ago. He let me borrow his full-size Adamas, and I think I just did a short with it, but I thought immediately when I had that huge thing in my hand, I fell in love. But I was thinking, I wish they made a mini Adamas. And then I was talking to some people, and they were like, "Oh, they do make a mini Adamas." And before, lo and behold, here it is. And here is one in my hand, and I've wanted one so bad. I cannot express to you how bad I've wanted one since the day I touched the full size one. I will like this. This is like a really beautiful little, like, just filet mignon. It's great. It's the filet mignon of beefy little knives. This thing, I mean, it's not little. It's a mini Adamas, but this thing isn't tiny, not by any stretch. This thing is freaking amazing, though. Now there is always that the breaking in process that you have to do with the washers. And I don't want to sit there and break in a knife that someone else has to sell. So that's why it's still stiff. But the Adami that I've had my hands on have all been broken in, and they run so nice once they're broken in. That phosphor bronze washers that they use, they're of course top of the line, and they're incredibly smooth. So that's that guy next to that guy. This guy goes off screen, but yeah, just got about, let's see, an inch and a half perhaps. But great knives. I have been so honored to carry these knives. Well, I didn't carry them anywhere outside of my house. I only carried them around in my pocket to see how the pocket clips did work. So, and this one actually is my favorite because you can get this in the thickest of your thick pants. So this one is definitely the worker bee. This is this is a man's knife. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not saying women can't carry it, but I think you understand what I mean when it's a euphemism. This is a real man's knife, this is a gent's knife, and that's the way I would categorize these two knives. So just to compare the axis locks, you would have to do that because this is considered an auto. And then with this one, once those washers break in, though, you wait. This thing will be flopping just like any other axis style lock, but up until then, you kind of have to work it, But it's so worth it. It's so smooth. You can feel it already. I love this little beefy boy right here, and this is a limited edition. This has crew wear, which I don't have anything in my collection with crew wear, but I cannot wait to get a knife with crew wear. I am just really excited about it. The what I read in Knife News is how phenomenal crew wear is. The edge retention is off the charts, like better than M390. That's what I'm reading. But I mean, M390 is quite the contender. So, but there's so many better aspects of this crew wear steel that you benefit from, especially for if you use this for its intended purpose. Now, this intended purpose, I would think for this knife is definitely something in the wild, Now, this is going to help you survive a little better. Like if you're needing to, if you just have a pocket knife and you need to cut down small trees and stuff for like firewood or just to build a lean-to or something, whatever you have to do for survival, this would be the knife I pick. I'm never going to pick a knife like this if I'm spending a few days surviving off the land. So that's not the intended purpose, though. That's the intended purpose for this knife. This knife will get you through, I promise you that. So yeah, I'm not very good at that. but I don't really want to do it too much because, this is somebody else's knife, so. But I have had so much fun with these things. I love the color of these scales. That, oh man, it's G10, but it feels so nice. It feels luxurious for G10. Very nice. The speed holes give it some weight relief because this thing it's a chunker, it's got some weight to it, and I like that. I like this thing a lot. After my experiences with these two knives, I definitely want to look more into uh, Benchmade because I think I had a hidden love there this whole time, and I'm really excited that I have something new, to kind of bring to the table, hopefully in the near future. Hopefully, we'll see. You gotta take it, you gotta roll with punches, as I've found out recently. Still suffering just a little bit, but you roll with the punches and you keep moving. Life doesn't stop. So it doesn't stop until you're dead. So, but anyway, you guys, I wanted to do some final looks, final thoughts. And my final thoughts on both of these guys is I'm impressed. I knew I was going to love this one. I knew it. But this one surprised me. I love this thing. It's so cool. And and I know I have a couple of stiletto freaks out there. I know that if you got this in your hands, you would love it. This thing is nice. So, yeah, if you look this up, I'll put the link in the description. Check it out. I'll put the information, probably links to buy both of these knives uh, in the description so that you guys can click on it. If you're, of course, if you're interested, take a peek. Even if you just want to look around, do your thing. So until then, oh, wait, I will be bringing these back to Sir Andy early next week because it was unfair to him that I got sick almost as soon as he lent these to me. Probably not pretty soon after, anyway. And I assure everyone that I haven't touched anything with any germs. So if you have a knife in my care right now, you can rest assured I did not get any germs on it. I promise. So. But until the next time, Andy, I think, will be loaning me a couple more to show you guys. Also, what I realized about Andy and Blade Ops, that is the place to go for autos. That if you like ProTech, he's got all of the mid tech ProTechs that are like absolutely beautiful and just unique with like abalone buttons and beautiful carving in the scales. I mean, these things are fancy. If you like $3,000 uh, Protex, by all means, please check out his inventory because he's got a lot to choose from. That's where to go. If I were to pick a store to go for autos, Blade Ops has every single thing you can possibly even imagine. So check them out. Hopefully find something you like, and use my link to get there because of course it will help me out and the channel. And for that I would greatly always appreciate you guys. It doesn't matter if you do whatever, I'm still gonna appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys for hanging out there while I was sick, and I'm just now starting to get better, and we'll be going to back to work on Monday. So I thank you guys for being there for me. I hope I didn't lose a whole bunch of subscribers, because the channel went a little dormant. So I'm sorry about that, you guys. I wish I could have done something, but things life is crazy and it deals you the hand it deals you. You don't have a choice. So, on that note, this is a 20-minute final thoughts, but I'll see you soon.